Good morning, class. Today's activity is called Bungee Piggie. You are going to receive a little stuffed pig with some rubber bands around his feet, a meter stick. You'll be given a list of directions to do the lab and a data collection sheet, and then a piece of tape if you need it. So what I'd like you to do before you do anything else is make sure that you do step number 1 under procedure, and that is read all the directions first before you do anything. Once you finish reading the directions, then you're going to go ahead and get your table set up, and I'm going to just film some quick directions for you here. So, you will need to take your yardstick, and you'll need to put the lowest number at the top. So you can see there I'm putting the ones, the twos, the zeros at the top. So the beginning is there. So you're going to be measuring down from the top with your Bungee Piggie. Now you can have somebody hold your yardstick or meter stick. It's actually a yardstick. It's 36 inches, and you can tape it on to the table. Zoom up just a little. Now the directions say, once you've got your yardstick in place, and make sure that you're on the centimeter side. You should see 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way through 90 down at the other end. You will take your Bungee Piggie, and when we're counting loops, don't count this first one that's only a half a loop that's around his feet. Count only the full loops, okay? And so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to hold the second loop, so we've got 2 full loops, and you're going to put that right at the top of the yardstick, and you're going to have your piggy upside down, and you're going to let his head be even with the top of the yardstick. Right there even. Not down below, not all the way up above, but right even, and then you're going to drop him. Now when you drop him, you'll see as he comes down, the rubber band's going to stretch, and you need to have somebody looking from this level, from eye level. So somebody's going to need to get down on the ground and look so they can see how far he's stretched. And you can measure right to the tip of his ear or the top of his head and try to measure that. And do 2 or 3 drops to make sure that that's the right measurement. Some people even put their hand here, and if he hits their hand, you need to move it down a little bit more. And then you've got a kind of a mark where the measure is. Once you do 2 or 3 trials, write down the number on your data sheet. You can record here on your data sheet how many rubber bands, so you'll do 2. And then over on the other side, you'll write down how many centimeters that the piggy went down. You'll then go to the next step, which is to go to 4 loops. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And do the same thing. Line up the knot with the top of the yardstick. Line up the top of the piggy's head, so he's actually dropping upside down. And then drop. And get the correct measurement. And then move to 6 loops. And do the same thing. Okay? Now, if you get to 6 loops and your pig starts hitting the floor, make sure you're not throwing him down, just let go and drop. But if your pig hits the floor, you can back up to 5 loops and do 5 so that you can get an accurate measurement. Okay? So you're going to gather all of your data for those 3 drops from 2, 4, and 6, or 5 if he hits the floor, and how far in centimeters. And then what I'd like you to do is take that data, transfer it down here to the graph by plotting out how many rubber band loops and how many centimeters for the 3 drops that you did. And then we're going to predict how many it will take for a certain distance, and I'll explain that later.